All right, let me explain why this happens and what you can do about it on lateral raises. So on a lot of weight stacks, it's usually the case that this number is something like 5 and then this number is something like 10. And so going from this pin to this pin is literally a 2x increase in load. So it would be like benching 200 pounds for 10 reps and then assuming that on the very next set, you could just add 400 pounds and do the same thing. Now let me show you a weird but pretty effective and unique way to actually solve for this problem. So imagine someone's doing a cable lateral raise and the blue represents the cable. That blue resistance is about this far from the shoulder. What you can do in instances like this is you can actually move the applied load far up the arm so that it's about half the distance of the shoulder. So what was once this distance becomes literally half of that. And when the distance is cut in half, i.e. the moment arm is cut in half, so is the torque. Torque is a fancy way to say resistance. So if when the load was all the way down here, you could only lift, let's say 10 pounds, when you move the load up close to the elbow, you could literally use twice as much at 20 pounds for the same number of reps. Now, if every jump on your stack is something like 10 pounds each time, and each time that you're adding load, you are literally adding 100% of the load. But if you move the load applied halfway up your arm, you will literally be lifting twice the load and therefore make half of the load jump. Also know that this jump doesn't have to be halfway up your arm. It can just be slightly farther up your arm, like maybe just above your wrist or something. Now you could also just add a 2.5 pound plate or something like that to the pin itself, and of course that will help. But also, instead of just holding the handle, again, you can wrap it around the top of the wrist or even beyond the elbow. And again, when you do that, each individual jump is smaller, which can really help progression a lot.